What's up, party people? Got your DFW Real Estate Weekly with Todd Tremonti show rocking for this week. And we are getting into what are the things that get in the way? What are the things that ruin your dream, your plan of buying or selling real estate? And I don't mean like, you know, bad weather or terrible rates. What are the things that are your own fault that are ruining your move, your purchase, your sell, your real estate dream, your real estate opportunity? We're getting into that. And it's not just me, as is always the case. We do have the full price Courtney in studio.
Hello.
So glad to have you. And we also have the Yanni Donnie himself, the English wonder, our very own AI, our agitated Ian.
Hey, I think I would like a new nickname, please.
Okay. Our amazing Ian.
He brought
Better.
his Georgia accent.
Better. No, I didn't.
Yeah, you just said, hey, I think I'd like a
No,
different.
my Georgia accent would be, hey there, Todd. I would like to have a different accent.
Wax some cash.
I would also like for you to have a different accent. All right, folks, this is DFW Real Estate Weekly, and we are getting into really the roadblocks for you as it comes time to buy, sell, make a move, or even invest, transact real estate. And I believe that the most significant roadblocks, most of the time, I leave a little room there for just like sometimes it is just money. Sometimes it is just availability or timing. But for a lot of people, a lot of the time, it's mindset. And I don't mean like woo-woo mystic mindset. I mean, it's the way you think. It's the things you believe to be true that are not often true. It's the things that you allow to regulate or determine what and when and how you do things that maybe you should not let do that. So I've got a couple of what I would consider kind of the biggest offenders, the ones that hurt people the most. But before I share mine, I wanted to just ask the two of you, in your own experience or just what you see friends, family, neighbors, or with our clients without naming names, what are some of the things that you have seen that have hurt you or others where you or they have kind of gotten in your own way on achieving that real estate dream?
Okay, you want to go first? It sounds like you want to go first.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go
Ladies
first.
first.
I would say,
Go ahead.
I don't want you to take mine.
Go ahead.
You're the professional,
I'll
and
think of something
I
else.
represent the people.
I can
And the
riff.
people think they can sell their home for a ton, and then they want a deal on buying.
I wasn't going to say that.
No, I think that's a good point. And if I were to try to summarize that as like a condensed bullet point, I would say just like contradictory perspectives on the marketplace. Like I think when I sell, everything's perfect and I'm tip top and I should get max top of the market. But I think when I buy, well, the market's not that great. I should get a discount. And by the way, we achieve that for clients all the time, but it's not just because we want it. It's not always doable. And the market is certainly not almost ever presenting both of those opportunities to you at the same time. It's typically the leverage in the marketplace, the market-driven opportunity tends to be more buy side or sell side. The pendulum swings, and it is rarely dead middle, and it is never at both sides. That's not how pendulums or markets work. Although, with right strategy, we certainly help people quite regularly win big on both sides. But I think what you're saying is kind of the selfish, a little bit delusional perspective that like I deserve to sell at the top and buy at the bottom just because I want it. And that doesn't end up happening. And then people are angry and disappointed or they don't move because they just didn't have the right view of the market. Am I summarizing that well?
Completely.
Okay, cool.
I got two words that I think link together. They're different, but the same in this sense.
Different, but same.
You ready with the button? You
The
know what I mean?
fear leads to procrastination.
Tell me more.
And then the procrastination leads to further fear. And then when they fear more, then they keep procrastinating. And that keeps happening. It's just a cycle
So
that
what
happens
you're
over and
saying
over and over.
is like a fear procrastination loop.
Like I think I should do this, but I'm really not sure. And now I'm like kind of worried that it's now the right time because it doesn't feel like the right time. So I'm just going to go ahead and delay it. And then I delay it. And then
So I would
become more
say
fear.
that's true in almost every real estate market, but especially in the last 3.5 years. Not quite 4 full years, but like mid 2022 until very recently, there's been this tension, fear, in the marketplace of like, I don't want to make a stupid decision. I don't want to be dumb. I don't want to look like an idiot. Although there has been lots of really good opportunity all that time, there have been people that were afraid to, quote, time the market wrong, or afraid to commit to the wrong rate, or afraid to buy too early or too late. And their fear led to indecision, which has led, like we've said here on the show many times, not that we're brilliant, just that we've seen these cycles. We've said people are going to regret in 2026 not having bought a home in 2024 or 2025. And there's a lot of people right now that are like, man, I wish I would have just done it. You know, home values are about the same or a little higher. Rates are like about the same or maybe a little bit better, but none of that was worth the last year or two without the home we wanted to be in. Not being in the school district, not having the bigger backyard, not having the extra bedroom, the nicer space, the better kitchen, you know, whatever it was, or downsizing or whatever it was you want. That's very common. So I agree with both of yours.
On a scale of 0 to 100, I'm going to give my answer a 99. Courtney, I give you a 74.
Huh.
That feels low.
No, but imagine that he scored his higher than you. Like I would not have seen that coming.
I was impartial.
Like if I were to, like those retirement calculators that tell you in the end, like in this many of 1,000 scenarios, you'll be okay. Like in literally 1,000 of 1,000 scenarios, he was going to score his higher.
Sure.
I'm a professional. I was impartial. That's what the results were.
Yeah, obviously. His results. That's
his results.
His results. No regrets.
No regrets.
Okay, here's the deal. There are so many that we couldn't fit them all into a 2-hour episode here. But
we're going 2 hours?
We're not. But if we did, we couldn't fit all the mindset poor thinking in. Here's one. Hey, we'll price high and we'll meet in the middle. We'll negotiate. Right? So let me restate that. We'll price inappropriately so that our property is not attractive to the best buyers, and the not so best buyers can come in and bid us down, and we'll lose the authority and leverage in our pricing. Now, you can survive that, but that's not ideal for you.
Here's another one. I'm going to find an agent that will just do exactly what I say.
Yeah, or I'm going to find the cheapest agent.
Or I'm not even going to find one.
Yeah, or I'm going to do this on my own. Yeah,
I can sell my house.
Now to be clear, we are getting into some, we're just like saying bad decisions. But what my big answer to the question, if the question was, what are the things that get in the way of people achieving their real estate goals, is most of the time it's thinking, it's mindset, it's approach, it's perspective.
It's the dangerous thinking. That's the piece of it. There's like that word, like the dangerous thinking.
Yeah.
Like
it's
that
going to
changes
hurt
it.
you.
Yes.
It's thinking that's going to end up harming you. So just to go through some of the things you said and say, here is the danger and the foolishness in that of saying, oh, we'll price high and meet in the middle. You're repelling the clients that would be like, oh, great house, priced well. We should just pay that. And you're attracting the people that are like, house is good enough. It's priced crazy. Let's just see if we can get a deal. Like that. That's literally who you're making the property attractive to. Sensible people that don't want to play a lot of silly games are like, I'm out on that one, right? Or the idea of like, I'm looking for an agent that will just do what I want is almost by definition saying, I'm going to find an agent who is not an expert. I'm going to find an agent that's hungrier for me to close a real estate transaction than I am, which is actually very dangerous for me. Or I'm just going to do it myself. That's a mentality that says, even though I am fill in the blank, mom, dad, engineer, insurance agent, school teacher, whatever, I can represent myself in a hundreds of thousands of dollars or $1 million transaction better than somebody who studies this and does it with excellence every single day.
I'm going to give you another dangerous thing that can keep you from achieving your real estate goals, Todd.
Oh, I can't wait. I know what he's going to do. Go.
Bad lender. Not Patrick Leros, who's incredible.
Yeah.
And that's who so many of our friends, family members, clients, team members, ourselves have all used Patrick over the years.
Yep.
You can see all of Patrick's information on getting mortgages, refinancing, home equities, anything like that. You can find all of his information in the show notes.
Yep.
You should do that. His NMLS number is 308804. Again, all of the info for Patrick is in the show notes. And I'll give you a bonus danger, Todd. Bad title companies.
Oh,
they
tell you what,
can be killers.
Sadly, more often than not, they will make the transaction harder.
Horrible.
Than it should have been, when their job really is to process title insurance.
Yep.
And the administrative back and forth and handling of things to get the property closed out. So you want Republic Title. You want to go to republictitle.com, find their locations all over DFW. You want them because they hire great people. They are totally committed to representing really the transaction, representing the scenario, not any individual party, but they're going to take really, really great care of buyers, sellers, real estate agents, lenders, insurance agents, and make sure that things get done the way they're supposed to based on the transaction and the documents and the contract. And really, they want to take themselves out of it so that they're not the thing you remember about the process. You remember the purchase or the sale or the deal.
They're like a referee in a football. If you notice the ref or the ump in a game, something went wrong.
Yeah.
If you notice the title company in your transaction, something went wrong.
And if you're going to notice them, it's going to be because they were excellent and exceptional and kind and punctual and all those good things. And so, if you're going to notice them, it's going to be positive, but you don't want the story of your purchase or sale to be mostly
you don't
about
want the star player to be that.
Yeah, republictitle.com. Okay, folks, what we're talking about on this episode of DFW Real Estate Weekly is the thinking, the mindset, the things we do oftentimes to get in our own way that keep us from buying the home we really want to be in or selling the home that we really no longer want or need to be in. And it's more often than not, it's bad thinking, it's bad mindset, it's a misunderstanding, it's accepting something as true that isn't necessarily true. And we talk a lot on the show about I should only sell in spring or summer, or I have to sell when the kids are out of school, or, you need to price high and meet in the middle. All these things that tend to be common are almost all harmful and dangerous to you as a real estate client. One of the other ones is believing that real estate is anything like it is on television. Right? You've either got, the HGTV, like you just pick three, you go see three and pick one, or you've got like real estate agents do all these deals at cocktail parties, or you have this I understand earnest money, therefore I understand the whole contract. And these are just really, really, really dangerous thinking. Let me give you sort of an overarching summary of what I think would be healthy thinking. It would be healthy to think, I'm about to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. This represents one of, if not the largest transaction in my life or this year or in a very long time. Hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, often involving debt or large amounts of cash. So my thinking is going to be, I'm going to seek expertise, not broad expertise, but I'm going to seek specialized expertise. And I'm going to evaluate those experts and determine, do they have a track record of doing what I need them to do for me? Or is there any certainty that they can provide for me? A guarantee, a contingency payment opportunity or something like that. And then also I want to ask them, how are you going to get me to fill in the blank, my goal, my dream? How are you going to get me downsized without having to move twice? How are you going to help me sell and buy without having to hire movers twice or have a place to live in between or being homeless for a while? All these things that are fair questions, but are often poor decisions are made based on some crazy assumptions. So I believe a wise way to approach it is to acknowledge it as a major scenario. It's as big or bigger than many surgeries. It's as big or bigger than filing taxes. It's as big or bigger than many legal discussions. And therefore it deserves an expert. You deserve an expert to lead and guide you. Now, the Todd Tremonti Home Selling Team is always here to help you out. Our information's in the show notes, or you can go to toddtremontiteam.com. But even if it isn't us, you need someone who's full-time, fully committed, and dedicated to right thinking, right information, right strategy when it comes to buying or selling or investing, or even like just upgrading, renovating, enjoying, approaching your property taxes, all those kinds of things. We were just talking in this week literally about like getting free wood chips and mulching your yard. Like, who's going to help you with that? You want an expert. You want someone that can speak to your home and the place that you cultivate your family, your marriage, your health, your security, your rest, your, all those things. And so, look, we're happy to do that for you. We're here at the Todd Tremonti Home Selling Team all over DFW to do that for you. If you're in some other part of the country and happen to be tuning in, we also have a great network of agents all over North America, many of them that we actually coach and consult with through our coaching company that operate similar to us. And then finally, if you like the way we roll and you or somebody you know is even thinking about getting into real estate, we want to hire. We want to add some people to our team that operate that way, and we would appreciate an introduction. You can find us, again, information's in the show notes or somewhere around this audio or video, depending on how you're watching the show, or you can just go to toddtramoniteteam.com. But final thoughts on how people get in their own way with thinking that either sounds right but isn't right, or is like popular but not helpful, or any other nuance that you two see or that concerns you. I could keep going forever, but what's on your mind?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I see around the office when I talk with other agents is people, the way that people communicate with each other gets in the way.
Yeah.
Right? People are unwilling at times to get on a phone call.
Yep.
And they want to do things via a text or via an email.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing of substance can be figured out on a text or an email. It has to be face-to-face on a phone call.
Okay, let me try to rephrase that a little bit, and you tell me if I'm saying the same thing or something else. Because I would say people approach real estate seeking convenience. They look for ease, but it's highly unlikely you would do that. Let's say your budget for a home is $700,000. It's highly unlikely that you would approach a $700,000 legal liability where there's $700,000 at stake with like, just text me. Hey, I'm not really available right now. Sorry, I'm at work. Like, no, you would take time off of work. You would step out of a meeting. You would schedule and plan and prepare ahead of time to have these very important conversations. You wouldn't hire the attorney that like was around the corner from you. You would go find the expert. So if I was paraphrasing that or rephrasing that, I would say, of course, text messaging, really critical information is not the best way to do it. But the broader concept there is people just want it to be easy instead of acknowledging how consequential and significant it is that even though you've hired an expert, you do have a responsibility to be a little more prepared and focused as well.
Well, and if you don't have the time to do it, then don't do it.
Yep.
Right.
But people kind of think
people are like, oh, I'm too busy I can't send that right now. I can't do this right now. I can't do that right now. And it's like, right, but you have to.
Yeah. And again, one of the last things I'll say is at the Todd Tramonite home selling team and in our coaching company, I am championing that real estate agents should be world-class experts and do the heavy lifting here. But I have never said that without the caveat that the client has to be engaged. It's not an autopilot deal. You have to say, this is what we're thinking. This is what we need. You have to pay attention to the details because there are so many. You have someone to lead and guide you and advocate you and protect you from the foolish, dangerous thinking. But you also need to be heads up and engaged to follow that leadership and think critically and make really, really great choices. So you're not stuck in this kind of foolish cycle of lazy thinking or popular thinking, but you're maximizing your opportunity and minimizing your risk. What do you think? Make sense? Feel good?
No, that feels great. I guess I wanted you to just wrap up with a succinct mindset that you want to see a buyer or seller come into the process with.
If I could only choose one, it would be I'm going to prepare as if this is a major decision-making moment in my life, and I need professional guidance, but I also need to be focused and prepared. If that's one thing, that's it. Like, this is big. I'm going to find great leadership, and I'm going to be prepared to focus and make a great choice.
If that's you, give us a call, 214-310-0008.
Touch